Hello and welcome to this quick explanation of New Right perspectives on society. So the New Right are a collection of political thinkers, journalists and sociologists who were most popular or most active in the 1980s or from the 1980s onwards. So there's several key thinkers. Peter Saunders has been characterised as a New Right thinker. He argues that society is unequal but fair. So, an unequal but fair society. You've got Charles Murray, who argues there's an underclass, who are benefit dependent, long-term unemployed, and have got poor values or immoral. There's a moral decline. Moral decay or decline. And they're criminal and get involved in crime, and they suffer poverty or experience poverty as a result of their choices rather than misfortune. The New Right perspective has several strands. They're similar to functionalism in some senses in their view of society and human nature. They've got two strands, two main aspects to their ideology or belief system. So number one, they are conservative influenced. So influenced by the principles of political conservatism, which emphasises that human beings are irrational and selfish. This is influenced by Thomas Hobbes. The Hobbesian view of human nature is that we are naturally selfish. Since we are selfish, social order, stable pattern of behaviour is needed for society to survive and for human beings to survive. The conservative view, therefore, as part of the New Right thinking, is that we need to maintain the institutions of society, maintain their institutions. In terms of class, we need an unequal system of ownership, rewards and income, occupation. We need age hierarchies and differences between groups. We need gender hierarchies and differences between males and females in terms of roles and status. And we need to be aware that ethnic integration is important rather than segregation, multiculturalism. So because of this need for institutions and social order and shared values, the New Right are critical of the idea of multiculturalism, which threatens the fabric of society and keeps us together as a society and prevents conflict. They think the family is a key institution which needs to be maintained in a traditional nuclear family form because of their views about men, women and children. Religion, they tend to have similar views to religious leaders about the roles of members of society and the need for morality, moral codes. Criminal justice system, we need to punish, we need to have a strong state that punishes because human beings are selfish and irrational. Irrational meaning they can't use their rational thinking minds to make decisions. They're driven by their self-interest, and so we need to punish to reinforce moral boundaries. The liberalism strand, the liberalism, political liberalism strand of the New Right is focused on individual freedom, freedom of the individual, liberty, freedom of the individual. In this case, freedom from dependency. The New Right believe that the welfare state, the benefit system, job seekers allowance and so on, creates dependency. And so we need to remove welfare benefits. We need to penalise those who are claiming benefits, especially when they don't need to. We need to remove those benefits because they reduce people's individual self-reliance and freedom. And we need to emphasise that people as individuals can take responsibility for themselves and improve their own lives. They're very critical of the welfare state. and they're critical of liberal views about welfare and supporting the poor. They do think that we need to support the most needy members of society. So that, of course, they believe in supporting the poor, but they have this category of deserving poor and undeserving poor. The deserving poor are those who genuinely need help and support. The undeserving poor are those who don't really need help and support. They're lazy, idle, immoral, feckless, make the wrong choices because of selfishness, and so on. With all of this, the Conservative side says that there's too much freedom, too much permissiveness. Since the 1960s, the flower power generation, the love and peace and freedom generation, there's too much freedom and not enough social control in the form of punishment and strong institutions, educational and otherwise. The Liberal side says we've created too much dependency, and we've created this underclass, this group which is below the working class, long-term unemployed, benefit dependent, criminal, deviant, immoral. So again, this category of the undeserving poor. The underclass are the undeserving poor. In recent times, you can apply this into contemporary UK, where you've got the idea of the shirkers and the workers. So this emphasis on reducing benefits with the coalition and the Conservative government, reducing benefits, bedroom tax, emphasising the need to build the economy, so trying to reduce the deficit, reduce government spending. After the August 2011 riots, David Cameron said that we have a broken society, we've got a society of rights without responsibilities, entitlement rather than reward based on achievement. So he basically saw the criminality, or he saw the August 2011 riots as criminality rather than public disorder. Rather than civil unrest, he thought it was wickedness. And he thought, his thought on this is clearly we need to control this behaviour. If you have any questions on the new right, okay, please email Daniel_Butcher at hotmail.co.uk.